what if we had COVID-19? So I got the blood work for the antibodies and the results came back last night.
Good morning! Do you know what I just thought of? I love how cardinals, even if it's a completely dreary, yucky looking, kind of tired-ish day outside, cardinals always look cheerful. That's cool. There's the bird lesson for today. I'm gonna give you guys a minute to guess. I'm gonna make something using these ingredients. Can you guess what I'm gonna make? Let me know. This is actually meatloaf. It's just ground beef with some little accoutrements inside. But I'm not going to use it as meatloaf. I'm going to thaw it out and use the meat for something else for this. So think about what this could possibly be. All right, are you guys ready for the big reveal? I made some lasagna. Instead of lasagna noodles, I used some sliced zucchini. I put these two little pieces of bacon on here to designate this half has jalapenos on it. So I'm definitely going to serve Peter a piece from this side, and my piece will be from over here. This green on the top is just some what I call kale confetti. It's frozen kale I have in the freezer, and then I just crumple it up and it's like a little kale confetti. All right, let's see how this looks. So this has, well, maybe I'll wait for Peter because he'll want to know what's in it too, and I can tell you guys at the same time.
Hey guys, good morning. I know you've been hanging out with Mary, but I just wanted to say hi and tell us about our dinner. He's been upstairs working. Yeah, I've been working.
Okay. Carrots, Brussels sprouts, purple cabbage, onion, red pepper. We didn't have any tomato sauce, so I blitzed up some diced tomatoes and put in some spices.
Nice.
And then a little bit of tomato paste and a little bit of pizza sauce because I had it in the fridge.
Nice.
And then ground beef. And then for the cheese part, since I didn't have ricotta, I did cottage cheese, a little bit of yogurt, and a little bit of cream cheese, an egg, and parsley. Mix it up, and that's the like cheese part. So wow. I don't know if I've ever made lasagna.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Like from scratch? But you've made zucchini lasagna, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
This was inspired by Nikki Philippi. She does a lot of these sorts of recipes and I really, really enjoy the way that she cooks. And I think I resonate with her style of like free cooking and what even is a recipe, just do what you have. And
Okay.
It might be hot. Yours has jalapenos on it.
Nice.
And I can get you the red pepper flakes too.
That would be good.
And kale confetti on top. And buttered homemade breadcrumbs. And Parmesan and mozzarella.
The list just keeps going on.
I think I may have listed it all.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. You hit jackpot. That's so good. All right, bye.
On my cooking journey, I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. And I was just as confident in this food, which is like, I really hope it works, but I really don't know. I'm just as confident as I was
when you made chicken pot pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It did not work that time. I chose the wrong spicing and it was like, oh, that tastes weird. But this worked out and I'm so glad. It makes me thankful that the food tastes good.
I just got seconds.
And
it's amazing.
Yeah, my food journey is when I was like 8 years old, I remember saying to my mom, I have an idea for some food. Actually, this is kind of funny. It kind of came true in real life. Here I am, an adult. And the recipe I came up with as a little girl was a big pot of yummy. Do you know about this?
A big pot of yummy. Tell me about it. No.
So I wrote a recipe and everything.
I love the name.
A big pot of yummy is... Oh, I don't even remember. It's basically all the soup I make in my life. I wrote it when I was like 8 years old. Anyway, so my journey started by this vision of a big pot of yummy, and now I'm 30 years old and I'm still making food, making it up as I go. And ever since starting Trikafta, my appetite is better and obviously my energy is better. So I have the energy to clean and chop and make food and then clean up after the food and eat the food. And so it's like my art form and I really love it. It's one of my art forms. You doing okay?
I just want to eat it, but it's so hot.
Oh. We finished dinner. I was sitting on the couch snuggling Harry and I remembered it's Wednesday. I need to do my immunoglobulin infusion sub-Q IG. I had forgotten that it was Wednesday. So I decided this time, okay, so the first time I did it, which was when the nurse was here, it hurt, it stung a little bit. The needles don't hurt that much. That's a really quick pain, but it's the medication that hurts more. It's like it's a thick medication and it's fairly thick. And it's bubbly and whatever. So it hurt, but not that bad that first time. I think part of that was just adrenaline, like, okay, this is all new. I don't know what to expect. And then last time it hurt worse than I thought it would. Like it got to the point where I was like, oh, I really need a distraction or I would potentially start crying. Like it was hurting. So I did the heating pack and that did help. It helped distract me. But the first time I had forgotten to take the medication out of the fridge. So it had only sat out for about an hour. The second time I let it sit out for a few hours to really warm up because that's what you're supposed, or that's an idea or a recommendation. And I thought that was maybe to help it hurt less. So I was surprised last time. I was like, I let it sit out and everything. Why is it hurting? Well, this time I was like, okay, I'm doing it with it cold this time because the first time it didn't hurt as bad. So took it straight from the fridge, hooked it up. I decided to try it in a new location this time on the sides here, 1 and 2. And I really didn't want to do it there. It's not somewhere I would prefer to do it, but I thought it's worth a try. And the thing that was interesting about last time was it hurt so much during the infusion, but then afterward, unlike the first week, the rest of that day and all day Thursday and a little bit on Friday, my legs hurt, like, it was weird, like sore. Anyway, last week it wasn't sore at all. So my skin or flesh, whatever, my subcutaneous tissue had gotten used to I was just checking that it wasn't leaking. And when I touched it, it started burning way worse. But I don't think it's leaking. Anyway, my legs didn't hurt at all last time. So it's very possible that doing it in a new location will make it sting or like be sore afterward. But if it doesn't sting as bad during, I think that's worth it. I don't know, but I'm just trying it. It's all trial and error at this point. It was a little bit harder to reach to stick the needles in because you kind of have to twist and that sort of thing, but whatever, they're in. It's going, and I did take Tylenol this time because I thought maybe that'll help with the burning. Not really, but whatever. It's worth a try. So I took some Tylenol. I'm doing it. I just remembered why I even picked the camera up. Because my hair was in the way when I was trying to stab the needle in. And so there's this little rubber band, this little clear rubber band that comes on the needle. And I had taken it off and put it to the side for trash. And I used it as a hair tie. And it worked great. So there's a bonus little hair tie with every needle. There's always a silver lining to find.
Here is the evidence of Mary's finished sub-Q IG infusion. It started, one of the sites started leaking, and it was in her skin, like the needle wasn't coming out, and she had the tegaderm over it, but it was like leaking out. So she ended up clamping that side, and so what that does is she has two sites, one on each side, and it caused all the liquid to go to the other site, which is fine. It just makes a bigger kind of swollen spot rather than distributing it in two spots. Anyway, so that was kind of weird, but I'm so proud of her getting that done. If you guys missed the vlog on Monday, I actually went and got blood work on Monday to get tested for COVID-19 antibodies. If you were around in early March, both Mary and I got sick. It was kind of first Mary, and then a couple days later, I had the same thing, and we had high fevers, and it was at the very beginning of the spread of COVID-19 in this area, and so it seemed unlikely that it was COVID-19, but as it went on and it was spreading and Mary tested negative for flu, she got tested for COVID-19, and that was negative back in March. Fast forward to a couple months later, we have been curious ever since, what if that was a false negative, and what if we had COVID-19 and we got over it? And so I got the blood work for the antibodies, and the results came back last night, and the results were negative. So it's pretty unlikely that we had COVID-19, because we kind of have two things to rule it out. One, Mary's test that came back negative, and my antibody test that came back negative. And so in some ways that's kind of a bummer. We kind of hoped maybe we have antibodies, and maybe that's a really hopeful thing, that Mary, a CF patient with compromised immune system and lungs, got through it. But it's looking like we had some variation of the flu or something else. So no testing is perfect, but we gather the information we can, and that's what we got. For now, we keep pressing on, keep being safe. We're talking with a friend today just about the complicated place that we're in. North Carolina is continuing to open up. They're entering phase 2 of opening up this coming weekend, and with that, it makes, like, a lot of people are like, oh good, things are opening up, and we're like, it makes things a lot more complicated, because now it's not everybody being as careful as they were. Obviously we hope people are still being careful about germs and social distancing and all of that, but it's kind of a season as things open up where we have to be even more careful. Guys, it's been a rainy, dreary day, and I'm kind of feeling it. And I've got this poison sumac rash all over my body, and so I've been taking Benadryl at night, and so every morning I kind of wake up like, Benadryl makes me really drowsy, and I feel like it doesn't wear off by morning, and so I feel like I've been a little behind today. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here and say, as always, we will see you tomorrow. Good night. And here's the Ollie boy. You wanna say good night? Say good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.